Hey, this is Obelisk speaking, doing a One Piece chapter review, 1003, and it's the knight on the board. And the cover page is Reiju, sexy Reiju, with a scorpion. And she has a flower. Appears a scorpion gave her the flower, hitting on Reiju. How dare he? And she likes coffee and cakes. Huh. Okay then, Reiju. And we start off right where we left off. Seems the battle is really continuing. And Kaido is getting pummeled in blows. And you can see the shot. Kaido's getting hit everywhere. In his scar, face, every part of his body is getting hit. Big Mom is shocked. Luffy is huffing and puffing. And everyone just looks in awe. And you can see shockwaves of the blows happening. And Luffy finishes off with one final blow to the face. And we see to the face. And like Kaido's gets completely slammed into the floor. And you see the shockwave in the skull. Like these are big shockwaves. Kid is shocked. A horn's missing. That's pretty funny. Huff and Kaido is in the floor. His eyes are shaded out. Big Mom is surprised, but then Luffy runs out of Gear 4th right here. Like Zoro's shocked. Zoro is like, oh, and yeah, but this is bad news. And Kid is like, he's thinking Luffy got hit, but it wasn't. Law has to explain the technique, but now he can't use Haki for 10 minutes. So Luffy is now a massive liability. And I wonder how are they gonna win? If my question is, even if there's a gear 5th, what's the time limit on that? Once he finishes using that gear 5th, let's say 10 minutes, that means he can't use Haki for a day or week. How is he gonna beat Kaido? Like, I don't think gear 5th is the answer. Though it would be cool, but I don't think it's the answer. It's probably Awakening is the answer. In combination with his gear 4th. Or a new variant of gear 4th. Because Luffy now is a massive liability. And Kid states that the price is pretty hefty, but it's worth it if you actually did significant damage. And Big Mom's already like, you're at your end, and she attacks with Happy Mother's Blaze. But in comes Zoro, saves. Now Killer and Kid are charging Kaido. And we see Law teleport right in front of Big Mom and do a counter shock. So Big Mom for the first time get hit in this entire battle. So Kaido's up once again, just like normal. And Kaido coils up and he does Dragon Twister. He does a Dragon Twister. Oh shit, he's Zoro here. He does a Dragon Twister, and the panel where Kaido is looks incredible. I'm not gonna lie, this looks really epic. I wonder how they're gonna animate this. Both Killer and Kid get hit, and you can see Kid's robot is getting more and more destroyed. And I wonder once his robot gets destroyed enough, what's his game of action? Killer is looking very lackluster. I mean, Kid is looking very lackluster. So far, Killer has demonstrated more abilities here than Kid. So Kid better catch up or do something. And Zoro states it's like he's a natural disaster, and he is sucked in. And actually, this is pretty funny. Kaido just chomps on Luffy. He just swallows Luffy. He doesn't swallow him, he just bites on him. And in comes Zoro like, what are you doing to my captain? 3-sword style? And he does, And a shadow of a dragon just pops up. And we see like Enma is really taking the spotlight. Even when the dragon shadow, you see an aurora coming out of Enma. And now Kaido realized that that's the sword, that's the strange Haki. And Black Rope Dragon Twister. So Zoro does his own Dragon Twister and actually cuts Kaido. Killer states this. He cut the scales. He actually did cut Kaido. Even Big Mom acknowledges that. And this is where I guess he recognizes the pain of the sword, and he realizes that's Odin's sword. And he calls it amusing that he's challenging to a Dragon Twister. And Kaido just does Dragon Twister Demolition Breath. he does an even more powerful Dragon Twister, where he's shooting out these cut waves. Killer gets completely slashed. You see his robot getting slashed all over the place. I mean, Kid. Jeez, I always confuse him. Law is easily dodging. I wonder how big Law's room is. And Big Mom is spectating like always. Zoro's struggling, and Luffy is tongue out. He's done for. Killer's repelling them. And then we cut off, and we see that more and more robbers falling, and the fighting still continues. We actually cut off from the fighting for the first time. And we see Orochi's head. What does this mean? I personally think Orochi is probably not dead, but if he's dead, that's good. Good riddance. And we see someone else talking here, and it turns out that the people talking is Cypher Pole Zero, and now they're the world's most powerful intelligence. You see Aegis Zero, and we see three. There's only three of them, and I guess the Squirrel Girl is aiding them, and it looks like they were invited. And they're making the calculus, saying like it's impossible that Kaido and Big Mom could lose, and if they do, this could upset the balance like in a major way. And he states that out of the samurai, 400 have been 400 have lost. There was 5,400 and 400 were defeated. I wonder if they're killed or just defeated. So 400 are down and we're back to 5,000, and 3,000 have been defeated from Kaido's group, which are 30,000. And they also state that these are pretty good odds. But the only reason they're getting these numbers is because it was an ambush attack. If it was a direct frontal assault, they would have been decimated. So Kinemon's tactic of ambushing was actually pretty on spot. And I guess is this the one next to the cipher pole when it says, is that Robin? Well, it kind of looks like her or getup. And the Bangwa, and she stayed giving them information. The one with the picture of one eye, the Squirrel Girl, and they're calculating, and they state something very important. They state simply defeating Kaido or Big Mom isn't gonna settle the score. That the executives and the officers have to be defeated, and pretty much stating if the executives like the Tobiropa and King and Queen are not prioritized, these guys single-handedly will decimate the 5,000 numbers. They will decimate the 5,000 troops, and that's pretty true. Those 5,000 are pretty much fodder if you think about it. It's pretty much fodder fighting fodder, and if you let one of these top dudes face fodder, it's gonna be a massacre, and that's what they're stating. So the outcome of this battle is gonna be determined by the defeat of the executives. That means defeating Kaido isn't the option. You have to defeat the Tobiropa and the first division commander, the second division, which would be Queen, King, and Queen, and Jack. I guess Jack's already been defeated. But then again, if he's in Awakened Zone, he should recover. He should be back in the battlefield. And we get to see Frankie, and he appears not to be in the Frankie Shogun, the robot, anymore. And Sasaki, and it appears Usopp is bandaged up and back up, but he and that was a surprise because his skull got cracked. And Sanji's still running, but he's bleeding. And they appear to be fighting, and Otama appears to be directing them. And we see Oti right here in her zone form, and we see Jinbei, pretty cool. And we also see Yamato and her precious side boob here. And they appear to be doing something. But there appears to be the dragon still there. So is Yamato defending? Because there's a bead of sweat from her. And CP0 state the obvious, this doesn't really concern them. Kill each other, he doesn't really care. They don't really care. It's not a lose situation for them. They still win at the end. They can just swoop in and take out the rest and just declare themselves the power there. And they're alright. So out of all the outcome of this battle, the ones that stand to benefit the most is the government. Ironically. And then we get back to see, and for some reason Oda shows us 3 doors. I don't understand why he did this. Why? Two of them, one of them is busted, one of them is open, and the other one is still closed. I wonder what Oda's trying to say here. Or they, but then again, why would he draw this in the first place? If they actually meant something. Because there's 3 doors here. One of them's, yeah, that's strange. And Kaido appears. Let's forget about the doors. Kid's like saying, why does he look like that? And then Luffy's Kaido, and Law says is his man beast form. So his hybrid form is finally, and we see Kaido's hand, and we see scales and claws. Okay, and we see that he's silhouetted. So Oda's not ready to show us this yet, and Big Mom is just laughing, and Kaido just states like this is getting fun, and Big Mom also agrees with Kaido. This is getting fun. So after all that damage Kaido's taking, the thing he says is it's getting fun. And then we have to go back to Kid here. Kid is the first time seeing Kaido's hybrid form. That means when Kid and Killer fought him until they couldn't fight anymore, they were not able to push him this far. That means Kaido's base form decimated Kid. So Kid is looking really down here. I'm hoping he does something pretty impressive. But then again, his devil fruit isn't that efficient against someone like Kaido, nor someone like Luffy, or someone like Law, maybe. But the point here is that we have hybrid form Kaido, and Kaido is about to decimate. I believe Kaido, if he's an awakened Zoan, that means his recovery is insane. That means he could recover from anything. Just like in the Prisoner Impel Down, the awakened Zoans just recovered from any damage. Even Luffy's powerful attacks, they just recovered. That means Kaido, potentially speaking, has been recovered. Unless he gets dealt a mortal blow. So I'm hoping we see it in the next chapter. There's no break. But then again, with this CP0, we might actually move on to what the other cats are doing, which is also good, but I don't know. I just want to see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, this was a great battle chapter with a little bit of a story progression. And I'm hoping for another great battle chapter next chapter, if not just story progression. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Peace out.